Welcome one and all to the beautiful Harbor Station in Uptown St. John. We would like to introduce your challengers here today from the Halifax Hurricane. They're starting five. Number 1, Tyrone Watson. Number 10, Mike Poole. Number 12, Clifford Clinkscales. 20, CJ Washington. 23, Billy White. And their head coach this evening is Mike Leslie. Give it up for your challengers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your Riptide dance team! We'll just be a moment. We had a slight technical snafu with this. We'll be right back in 1 second. Give it up for your Riptide's dance team! With the help of the St. Stephen's Cohort Spartans, our junior Riptides of the game, help me welcome your St. John Riptides! We've got number 1, Brian Addison. Jabs newbie number 6. 10, Orlando Balmer. Number 15, Jamal McQueen. 32, Darren Betsy. And number 35, Olu Namatimi. Now let's get up on your feet, start making some noise for your starting alum from Phoenix, Arizona. Put your hands together for Mr. 25 himself, Gabe Freeman! 6'7" power forward from Passaic, New Jersey, University of Pikeville alum. Put your hands together for Hakeem Johnson. NBL Canada all-time leader in scoring, multiple-time All-Star, 2014 League MVP from the University of Massachusetts. Welcome number 12 on his jersey, but number 1 in our hearts, our very own Double-A, Anthony Anderson! Here he comes, looking sharp in a 2017 Ford Focus, courtesy of Downey Ford. It's head coach of the Riptide, Rob Spawn. The assistant coaches for the Riptides are Paul Vaughn, Dave McManus, and Randy Loatman. Team's physiotherapist is Kathy Simon from Lifemark Physiotherapy. Tonight's officials are Jeff Smith, Justin Roche, and Spencer Jeffrey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by Dale Esty.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command, qu'à ton bras s'est porté le pays, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Comes into our house and pushes us around. It's your game. Let's do it.
All right, fans, we have a tradition here. I want everybody on your feet. We're going to cheer for the Riptide score their first basket. Come on, everybody stand up on your feet. Let's go. Let's cheer it on. We're not sitting down until they get their first basket. Come on, everybody.
All right, folks, welcome to St. John, New Brunswick, where the visiting Halifax Hurricanes come in at 13-1, take a game from this Riptide team last night, move them to 9-5. And Riptide looking for a little revenge here tonight. As normal, the crowd on their feet, cowbells behind me. Not sure how well you can hear me. Game's not even on the Jumbotron up there, but hopefully you're at least hearing the broadcast and they get the little glitch taken out. No score yet. Rebound, Horace Wormley. And Riptide, like I said, until they score, this crowd on the feet, very noisy here until they do. And as you can tell, Horace Wormley, league-leading three-point field goal percentage, knocks down that first three, quiets this hometown crowd down a little bit. We really don't want them quiet, but like I said, they don't sit down until Riptide score their first basket. Folks, I'm Stacey Atkinson. Joining me in the broadcast tonight, a good buddy of mine, Adrian Arsenault. Adrian's never been to a game before here. Closest thing you can get to an NBA experience. I've been telling him, Adrian, glad you could come.
Yeah, hey, thank you. Appreciate it very much. This is the first game me and family brought to, so thank you very much. I got the privilege to come down and sit right here at courtside and really get the whole experience. This is great. I've never been to a professional league game, so this is very interesting. You get to see some players that are very well ahead of what we're normally seeing back in hometown. High school's a big thing over home, and so this is wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, buddy, you're welcome, man. And Gabe Freeman, Riptide off to a hot start. Gabe Freeman knocks down two. Horace Wormley has a three, and this Riptide team looking for a little revenge. And Coach making a change. He's got Gabe Freeman back into the starting lineup, and why not? Leads the league in rebounding, second or third in scoring, shooting about 42% from three, and and he's a team tough guy. He's a team defender and rebounder.
Yeah, absolutely. You want a player like that on your floor. If you got one, if he's willing to come and play hard and do the things like you need, all the dirty work I call it. It really sets your team ahead, and it really goes. Right there was number 25, Gabe Freeman, with a jump shot from the foul line. That went in, so the score right now is 7-0.
And an early foul on Gabe Freeman. Gabe's 2 for 2 from the floor, 4 points. Picks up the foul, number 1 on him. Sends C.J. Washington to the free throw line. And last night, folks, this Halifax Hurricanes team shot lights out from the free throw line. I was kind of hoping I was jinxing him there by saying that. He goes over his first one there.
It did work. He missed his first shot off the glass and around the rebound and away. The second one is good from number 20. Well, the score right now is 7-1. And Horace Wormley bring the ball up.
Yeah, Horace Wormley, Adrian, nickname is Gingerbread Man. Catch me if you can.
I can tell.
He is a bolt of lightning on the floor. Sometimes he gets in passing lanes from 20 feet away.
Yeah, that smaller guys usually got the speed, so that I'm sure that helps his favor. And doesn't hurt the team none either.
No, and with that speed, and I've touched on before, he has got tons of skill to go with it. Phenomenal shooter. No-look passes, sets guys up, hits you right in the hands with passes, and a pretty decent on-the-ball defender also. And Anthony Stover gets free. Nifty little pass from Hakeem Johnson. Stover couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, right now Halifax having a hard time. There's a big block right there by number 0, Anthony Stover.
Now you can see from that why he is the reigning defensive player of the year.
Oh, absolutely. He can get up there, and he's tall too, which helps out. Halifax having a problem scoring right now in the first quarter here, which is what we want here for the Riptide, which is good for them. But there is a foul, and number 23 right now, Billy White, is on the line for 2 shots. First shot up and in, so score now is 7-2. Here we go, second shot, getting ready. Second shot's up. And he makes the second shot. So that's 2 free throws for number 23, Billy White.
And Billy White had himself a heck of a game last night with I believe, I don't have the stats right here. I want to remember, 23 points. I'll tell you who had a good game last night, Andrew, was was Antoine Mason, for this Halifax team, comes off the bench and had himself a heck of a ball game. Defensive end, a couple assists, a bunch of rebounds, and 24 points the young fella had. And I was saying yesterday, that's the son of NBA great Anthony Mason, one of my all-time favorite players in the NBA. And it was, like I said, a saddened day for me when he passed away. And nice to see his son playing some professional basketball. I'm sure his dad would be proud.
Absolutely, and it's not hard to see where he gets his athleticism from. You got a great man like that, and a great ball player, and usually it's hard not to pass that along down the line from father to son. So it's great to see a man like that come and go and be remembered, and like you say, the son playing as well.
Yep, no question. And out of bounds off the Hurricanes, but a shot clock violation. Gets that ball. So, folks, about 7:40 to go here in the first quarter. 7-3. And Horace Wormley quickly with a steal. Up top to Gabe Freeman. Finds a free safety in Anthony Silver.
Yeah, he was pretty much on the half-court line wide open, so that's good. Get back, reset, start all over, and go from there.
And Hakeem Johnson looking to get going offensively. He just needs to see the ball go through hoop once or twice.
Oh, there was a nice flashy play, but missed the layup. Passed it ahead real quick, real fast. Now they're on the attack for the Riptide. And number 12, Anthony Anderson in for a layup. Penetrated right through and up and in. So
that was
9-3 at the moment.
I was telling you earlier, Anthony Anderson, nicknamed Double A, just scored that layup for the Riptide. He is the all-time leading scorer in the NBL, and all-time leading scorer, obviously, for this franchise here in St. John.
Yes, number 25. Gabe Freeman for a three from downtown.
Wow, they give him a 2 on that. Must have a toe on the line.
Must have. I didn't see that from my angle, but.
And Gabe Freeman already 6 points, 6 quick points. Welcome back to the starting lineup, Gabe Freeman.
Yes, like I said earlier, you got a man like that can play and really does everything, then that's great. Right there was number 23 from Halifax, Billy White with a layup.
In anything like last night, it was a lot of Billy White and Gabe Freeman just feeling it. And there's a thing about starting. Some players say, I don't care if I start, as long as I play a lot of minutes, but you're obviously not playing as many minutes because starters usually stay on the floor the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game.
Absolutely.
And it's a confidence thing. I think if you're a starter, you're put in that place because coach thinks you deserve it, and you kind of got the green light to shoot. Your shooting, as you know, is in your head. If you're a confident shooter, you're going to knock down shots. And Gabe Freeman, he still, I see what coach was doing. He put Hakeem Johnson in the starting lineup because Hakeem is that 6'7" ball handler, shooter, fantastic shooter, scorer, and good defender. But he gets. To get Gabe Freeman back into that starting lineup, he's now pulled Olu Famutimi from the starting lineup, and actually be really nice having Olu coming off the bench. I think just the energy, the defense that he provides, and the maturity he provides for that second lineup, that second unit when they come in.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have your experience on the floor, and when you lead when you're leading in top 5 in all the categories throughout the league, that's definitely somebody you got to have on the floor. And like you say, your starters are your confident players. The guys that usually want to start. They're the guys that are really passionate about it. And not that they're not all passionate about it, but sometimes they want that, they need that, and. You get them players on the floor that really kind of kickstart the team in the beginning of the game. And it tells right now. Riptide jumped out to a 7-1 lead, 8-1. And that's what you need. If it takes a player like that to get out there, then that's what you want to put on. So I agree with you. I think that's a good decision by the coach. To start him tonight as opposed to last night.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you'll see a continuing trend as the season goes on. This looks like a lockdown starting lineup right here. And you wait till the second unit comes on the floor. You really don't lose anything. It's such an advantage for this Riptide team. And the Hurricanes also their second unit. They've already made a few substitutions, and you don't see any lacks in the lineup at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like you say, when you got a guy like Famatimi, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but you got a guy like that coming off the bench. I mean, that's hard to not do anything. You got to respect him, and he does play hard, and that's what you want. That's a great man. That's a great position to have. Number 6, number 7 off the floor, off the bench, and he can come and take right over just as good as the rest of them. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And 1 second on the shot clock, and Gabe Freeman has to fire up a deep 3, draws iron, and offensive rebound for this Riptide. Get a second look at it. Oh, great pass from Horace. Just couldn't get the handle on it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Could have got something better than that.
I don't think he's seen much going on underneath. That's why he shot that up.
Yeah.
But,
well, I talked to Horace. Talked to Horace the other day, and he said,
there's another block.
Another
right
block shot
Stover.
for Stover. Yeah. I was talking to Horace the other day, and about his 3-point percentage, and right on cue, he runs in for a layup, Horace Wormley, and he said, look, I'm 5'6". He said, I got really good at shooting those threes because there's no traffic out there. Nobody's blocking my shot.
I know that personally. I'm only 5'8" on a good night, and he is right. It is easier. There's not as much traffic down below, but that's where the quickness comes in too. Like just on that last play, he went in and he dribbled around his man, and that speed really takes him around the corner so he can cut in fast and really get a good look. Well, easy shot in basketball is a layup, right?
And he picks and chooses. He waits for that key to vacate. Players are in that low block, maybe coming off, maybe shooting out to that 3-point line on a cut or a staggered screen or something, and when that key vacates is when he attacks. He picks and chooses.
There's another block right there. That was from number 1, Brian Addison, the center.
And Brian just came in for Anthony Stover, and you're taking out a shot blocker, but you're also bringing in another shot blocker.
I was just going to say, he picked right up right where Stover left off.
And Gabe Freeman with a little up and under gets it to go. Folks, 17-5 early start here for this Riptide team. The score last night, Adrian, was 110-93, lost by 17. It was 53-52 at the half. Several lead changes, several ties as Billy White attacks and Addison fouls. Several ties in about a 7 or 8 minute lapse in the third quarter, when this Riptide team just couldn't buy a basket. They couldn't put the ball in the Bay of Fundy, we'll say. And Halifax took advantage of that. And such a close game. It got up to 12 points, it got up to 14 points, and then all of a sudden, in the halfway through the fourth quarter at 16, Riptide battled a bit, got it down to 8 points, or 6 points, sorry. And then I would say the Hurricanes went on like made their last 9 shots of the game and ended up winning by 17. So the score was indicative of what the game was. Yeah. Basically what I'm saying.
Well, sometimes that happens. You get in a couple minutes slum, and they go on a little run. But
and Anderson,
Riptide definitely trying to reverse that situation tonight. Where they're on the other end of it right now. They're up 12. So I think we're going to have a real good game throughout the game. I mean, it's pretty physical, like you said in the beginning. This is going to be a physical game, and it's looking out to be that way. Their refs are letting them play a little bit, and that's good. And it's very interesting. There goes Anderson through the lane.
Horace Wormley.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
yeah.
sir, you're correct. That is Horace. He picks up the foul, so he's going to be going to the line for 2 shots.
Well, it's I've seen over the 6 years in existence here, Adrian, and basketball here at Harbor Station, I've seen many guards come in and learn from Anthony Anderson. How he plays, how he probes the defense. He's very opportunistic, Anderson is. Just a great all-around player. I mean, you can't say enough about Anderson, but I watch these guards, and I just watched Wormley attack the basket for the first time in the 8 or 9 games he's played in this league. For the first time, I've seen him do something that Anderson does. Really, slow it down a bit at the end and really get into your body to get himself to the free throw line. I think something he's picking up from Anthony, and hopefully he picks up a bunch more.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing I noticed too is watching. They're very smart with the ball. They don't make real bad decisions. And what I mean is I'm talking about Horace Wormley right now. And the last couple times he's gone through and attacked the basket, and not necessarily always gone to the hoop to take the shot, but he's very smart. He controls the ball and he doesn't make bad decisions. Hits the open man if someone's ahead of him. So that's definitely what you need in a point guard. There's another big block right there by number 1, Brian Addison, but they gave a foul to number 23, Horace Wormley as well.
Wormley's thinking, yeah, if I knew Addison was there, I'm getting out of the way and not putting myself in position for the referee to call that foul and letting Addison swat one out of bounds.
Oh, absolutely. Addison was up on that one. I bet he could have got that one at about a 12, 13-foot range from this view anyway.
I think so. And they already have 4 block shots as Riptide team. So you got to think as the quarter goes on, as the game goes on, that's gonna get into the heads of this Hurricanes team who aren't notably shot blockers on the defensive end. So important. I just think that as a coach for 25 years, as a broadcaster, as a basketball fan, I think you need that anchor in there. You need somebody to anchor your defense. You need that shot blocker. You take a shot blocker out of the NBA. The center sits down, you don't replace him, teams attack the rim until that center gets back into the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, when you talk about getting in the heads, just that 1 or 2 blocks in the beginning, that really does set up the whole game, for guys coming in and they're worried about getting that right there was number 32, Darren Menzie. He dropped one from downtown for 3 points.
You remember Vinnie Johnson from the Pistons?
Yes.
The microwave?
Exactly.
This is our Vinnie Johnson.
Absolutely.
And I've nicknamed him Darren Microwave Menzie. He comes in and I've seen him in a minute and a half, 8 points, bang, just like that.
Yeah.
Kid can score.
There's a good pass.
Free.
Another good pass inside. Gets his own rebound. That's number 1, Brian Addison. He went up for the first shot, missed the layup, but he was right underneath, jumped right back up and got his own tip in, and he scored. So that's good.
Addison will work hard, that's for sure. And Antoine Mason wide open for 3. Couldn't get it to go.
Absolutely. He didn't give up on that play, which is the big thing. It's you watch a lot of kids nowadays, and how they play, and nothing not in this league here, but a lot of kids they'll take that shot and then they just kind of give up on it. They don't give that second hard chance, and that's really good to see when you come to a game like this. This elevated league. These guys try so hard.
And these guys are role models.
Oh, absolutely.
They're role models for kids and youth and even adults around the city. They've done a good job of marketing this team. You'll see them in the schools. You see them reading to grade 1 students, kindergarten students, like very, very heavily involved in the community. So not only, like you said, the role models as players on the floor, but also in the community. And speaking of role models, you want to learn how to rebound the basketball. You keep your eye on Gabe Freeman.
Yeah, I'll tell you, these guys, they get underneath there, they make their presence known, and them good hard sealed box outs is really what you look forward to when you're teaching kids and stuff like that.
And Gabe Freeman already with 7 rebounds here early, and it's still in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's just doing a wonderful job for the Riptide. And like you say earlier, that's a wonderful guy to come off the bench when when you got your starter. Anthony Stover needs a break and catch his breath and get a drink, and you got a prime player that can pick right up right where you left off. Or just like earlier when he did come in, first play, come in, got a block. So
and wow, Kareem Canty with a 3 with. Oh, referee is counting it.
Absolutely.
You know what? From the naked eye, Adrian, I didn't think he got it off. I thought it was just in his hands. They're getting together. They're
going to make a decision. I agree with you, though. I think by the naked eye, and they did. They waved it off. They waved it off. So that last basket didn't count. I think you're right. He held on to the ball. He went up with it all the way through. I think if he maybe, got the floater off in a little bit, he might have got it. But
yeah,
I
think the right call.
I believe so.
The trail official had, count the basket, and the other officials professional. They did the right job. They got together. 2 out of the 3 said, I think he still had it in his hand, so they go with the 2 out of the 3.
That's the way it goes. I mean, that's just the way it is, and you don't always get it, but I believe it. I agree with you. I think that is the right call.
Yeah, and sometimes referees will get together and say, look, I am 100% sure I saw it this way. Are you 100% sure you saw it your way? Any hesitation at all, and it's, go with the 100%. So I think they got it right.
I mean, there's different angles, and that's why they got 3 referees on the floor. They each can see a different angle. So, like you say, you get 2 of them together that said, absolutely, I was 100%. He had the ball when the clock went off and the buzzer went down, and that's that's just the way it should be. You confer and then you go from there. You're always going to have half the crowd that doesn't like it, and half the crowd.
Well,
does,
you're going to have all the home crowd that doesn't like it.
Exactly. So I'm sure they are feeling the pressure out there on the floor for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, folks, if you're just joining us, Stacey Atkins and Adrian Arsenault bringing you this broadcast here tonight. Adrian's first game here in St. John at Harbor Station. Riptide at 9-5, taking on the Halifax Hurricanes at 13-1. Halifax only loss coming to this Riptide team, in Halifax. Game went into overtime. I watched it online, and it was a battle. Talked to Coach Leslie about that game, and he said, look, it was just 2 teams executing cleanly, played, tons of skill, tons of great shooting in the game. It was just a fantastic basketball game to be in and for the fans to witness. And he said, unfortunately for him, he didn't get to win. Fortunately for the Riptide, they did. Hurricanes, a little revenge last night, came in here and knocked this Riptide team off by 17 points, 110-93. Find themselves down 26-17 end of that first quarter.
Yeah, and when you play a team like Halifax, and they're the defending champs from last year. Teams like that, they bring out the best games in other teams. I mean, you play to your competition. If and you see that in almost any level of sports. You'll see not so much the lesser team, but the team with the lower record, they really put their best foot forward, and they really try harder because you got that competition there to push them, and you have to play up to it.
Definitely.
They make you do that.
And Olu Famatini defending the ball out there. I was talking to you about how great a defender he is, and how nice I think that is, having a player like that coming off the bench, and sometimes, if I'm the other coach, I say, whoever he's guarding, I don't even pass him the ball, because you're not going to do anything. Famatini's going to turn you over. He's definitely going to keep you from scoring the basketball. So let's work that ball and get it into somebody else's hands. So nice having.
We got a foul on Ronaldo Dixon, number 22 from Halifax, and Riptide's going to take it out underneath. And we got a sub coming in, and
Jabs Newby coming in for Anthony Anderson. And you talk about on-the-ball defenders. You watch this young man. Defend the ball. And Darren Mency wide open for 3, and Hurricanes dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, they did. I don't think there was anybody within 15 feet of him.
No. And Antoine Mason gets the foul, gets himself to the free throw line.
Airport should not take longer than your flight. YSJ or St. John Airport is your gateway to the world. YSJ, proud sponsor of the St. John.
Antoine Mason makes his first, and Jamal into the game for Gabe Freeman. A much-needed, a well-deserved rest for Gabe Freeman. Like I said, eight rebounds already for Gabe. 10
in that starting lineup, why they need him, and why that's exactly where he wants. And he's pleading his case hard to the referee right now, but
Dan Coach go in this league, and you're calling it ticky-tack. Yes, he just turned you over.
He just tipped it
behind the offensive player. Who can get in front of him to box out? Commits the foul.
Is the foul, and there you go. Ball's going the other way, so Riptide ball right here.
Travel on Anthony 3 minutes, that 20-point lead can be erased at this level. It's unbelievable.
Oh, it's, you know, a couple quick baskets really changes the dynamics of a game, the attitude, and, you know, you talk about getting inside somebody's head like we were in the beginning about the shot blocking, but, you know, you get a couple quick baskets, you know, and then you blow that lead out to about 11. You know, that's real discouraging for the other team to try to catch back, no matter which way it goes.
Oh, definitely. And blocking called on Antoine Mason. Really love how Mason defends that basketball too. It's that on-the-ball pressure he puts on. And referee just calling everything here tonight, Adrian. Another illegal screen, second foul on Jamal McQueen. Just entered the game about a minute ago.
Oh, we're getting a little excitement out here between Canty and Newby.
Well, you know,
referee give him a quick blow real quick. Say, boys, calm down a little bit. We're here to play, and you know, let's keep it civil here. You can play hard, but keep it civil.
And you know, shoots up a three way off the mark, and jabs Newby just in your shorts. And Olu Famatini. Deep three, about 3 feet outside the line here, Adrian. Nothing but net.
Well, like you say, you know, that one or two shots like we were just talking about, you know, one shot one way can bring her back together, and one shot the other way blows her out a little bit. But Halifax comes right back, drives in and makes a layup, so answers the call, gets it back in, and we got a foul.
We got Mency gets raked across the arms. I'm not sure who it's on.
We're going to find out here in a minute.
Yeah, Canty. That was on Canty. Raked him across the arm.
Yep.
He's not complaining.
Well, sometimes, you know, you
did.
can't argue at all. So
yeah.
Some you can get away with. Some you just got to admit your wrongs and keep on playing.
You know, two very evenly as Mency knocks down another three. That's your microwave.
Boys, I'm going to tell you, he looked some smooth on that. He come around the pick, defensive trailing him. He was fading away and just jumped up. Nice, good shot. And boys, I'd be surprised if that even touched the bottom of the net.
Yeah, and this is a defensive squad on the floor for Coach Spahn right now.
Boys,
and not only guys that can score the basketball. Yeah, a little hop skip.
Yeah,
little hop skip.
They got him for travel on that one. And,
but this crew on the floor for Coach Spahn can play some defense. Jabs Newby is going to pressure the ball. Jamal McQueen's working hard. Addison's blocking shots. Mency and Olu Famatimi are fantastic on the ball defenders. You know, I think I'm looking out there and I'm thinking it's the first time I've seen this five together on the floor this season, and I'm liking what I'm seeing out of them defensively. Tips and deflections and forcing a jump shot with a hand in the face. That's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and the guys on the floor right now, you know, are all the non-starters for today, anyways, and you know, they're you know, like you say, they're a good, tough defensive team, and you know, we were saying, that's what you want. You know, when you've got a bench that can really come out and really hold a team down, you know, and score at the same time. I mean,
not only hold them down, but score. They're going to frustrate you. You've seen the last 3 shot attempts for this Hurricane team, just not a great shot selection at all.
You know, the thing with that too is they're not, you know, these have been real, you know, relatively closer shots, you know, 8-foot, 10-foot jump shots, and, you know, they are right in their faces, and, you know, like you say, that's really tough and frustrating for an opposing team, and so it's looking good right now for the Riptide. They got an 11-point lead, and right now we've got a couple foul shots going on. First one's up and in.
For Mency, and you know, a confidence builder for sure. This is a game this Riptide team wants to win. Halifax, the #1 team, not only in the Atlantic Division, but in the entire league right now at 12-1. Incredible record. And, you know, the Riptide, their only loss was to this Riptide team, like I said earlier, but losing by 17 last night. It was a close game throughout, but in your head, when you go back and look, you lost by 17 points. You want to know in your head, in your minds, if you can beat this team. Are you better than this team? And today's win be a big confidence booster. Finds a wide open Mency on 3. Couldn't get his handle. Back to Famutini. 15-foot jumper. No, but off Brian Addison. Looked like a double tip there, but no. Coach Mike Leslie not liking what he's seeing. 8 minutes ago, down 13. Gets a timeout in. Adrian, what are you thinking so far? Your first NBL game, your first professional game? You haven't been to an NBA game?
I have never been to a professional NBA game. No, I've been to other professional sporting events, but this is the first professional basketball game I have been to. Like I said, this is really great. You really get to see, you get to see the next level of play here. You watch a lot of high school ball. We do over home, and you take your kids to play, and
speed.
It's the speed. I mean,
definitely the size, but
it is. But these guys are just so quick. They play without even thinking. It's almost like they just move. And it just goes, and it's just a great experience. And like I said earlier, I really appreciate it. We got the tickets, and of course, this is a big day. It's Super Bowl day, so the crowd isn't as big as I probably think it usually is. But why not come in, catch a game, and really see these players that have played in the NBA, that have played overseas, that have played high level double NCAA ball.
A lot of these guys played D1 ball in the States.
Yep.
They've played. Some of them have had NBA stints with teams, whether it's D-League. You got players like Oluwafemi who's been with the Spurs, and I believe 76ers, Anthony Anderson with the Indiana Pacers. And these guys, they play professional basketball for a living. When this league's over, they go to China, they go to Europe, they play for another few months somewhere else, and then they move to another league, back to this league.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
they're playing basketball for a living.
And that's great.
Doing what they love to do.
Exactly. I mean, if you get to do what you love to do, and someone told me one time, if you go to work and do what you love to do, it's not work. You're just living life, and you get the joy of getting paid for it. So that's what these guys are doing, and it really is good. And it's good to bring the kids down, all ages. The younger kids, they get to see the atmosphere and really have a good time. And like I got my nephew here with me, a couple of them, and my niece.
Oh, you got your family sitting right behind you. We got them courtside.
Absolutely, and you got my oldest nephew. He's in high school, so he plays high school ball, and it really gives them a chance to see how talented these guys really are. I mean, you can sit at home and watch TV and watch the NBA, and you get to watch the greats like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Bird back in the day, and even today's stars. You got Stephen Curry, who's the big talk of the league now, and for obvious reasons. But it's not the same as being here. You don't get to see how fast these guys really go, how they shoot, how they play with each other, how the defense is, and it is great.
What you're seeing is the product of many years of hard work. You're seeing the product of thousands and thousands of jump shots out in the dooryard. And then
summer camps and travel teams,
high school ball to college ball.
Oh, absolutely.
You're seeing the product of hard work.
Absolutely.
Hard work.
And this isn't like you say. It's thousands upon thousands of shots. Monthly, not together. I mean, it's just the level of dedication, and and really the dedication, not just to shoot and to pass and learn all that stuff, but just the athletic ability of these guys. They gotta eat right, they gotta train, they gotta run, they gotta all that stuff.
Hit the weight room.
Absolutely.
So many factors.
Absolutely. I mean, you just don't see this on your couch on the TV. So
I was.
Really good.
And jabs Newby. Wow, good to see that go.
From the corner, three-pointer from the corner, Newby.
And no better spot to hit it than standing right beside the coach, the opposing coach.
Kind of ha-ha in your face. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we had a foul before the shot. Akeem Johnson. Maybe he's okay with that. It wasn't not a shooting foul.
It's not. Sometimes you got to make that statement too. It's not always about making the big play, but just letting them know you're there, and they're going to really have to work for it to come in. There ain't going to be no freebies here.
And Zimmerman off the mark. Famatini with the rebound. Finds a cutting Akeem Johnson, who was raked across the arm.
I'll tell you, that was a smart foul there by number 23, Billy White.
Well,
I think if he didn't foul him, that was almost sure shooting right up in the layup. 2
Well,
points,
I was just about to say, I'm going to look up. I think that's number 3 on Billy White, and it is. So coach maybe rather him give up the layup in that instant and sit his starting center down
I
with.
think you're correct
Oh,
on
and I
that
can't
one.
believe he's
Oh,
not.
wow.
It's not a shooting foul.
They're not
He
gonna-
wasn't
they
passing
said,
it.
They said he was on the floor, I guess. It wasn't a
Wow.
shooting foul. I thought
was in
I
his
thought he
steps.
was in his steps and getting ready. There
Well, you know,
goes
if he
number
makes
3
this three-
Johnson for 3. Number 33, Akeem Johnson comes
Akeem.
right back and nails a 3-pointer, so it kind of worked out better for him.
Yeah, he was the guy that was fouled and made a little upset. He wasn't going to the free throw line, so he said,
Exactly.
"Hey, I'll knock down a 3 instead."
Right, don't want to give me 2, I'll take 3.
Oh,
And
big
block right there.
by Stover. Blocks it.
Absolutely.
How many times do you see a dunk blocked?
Boys, I'll tell you what.
Anthony Stover just took a dunk.
That was away from number 24, Cox. Anthony Cox. I'll tell you what, that takes a lot of strength too. Anthony was going up 2 hands. He had
Two
both
hands.
hands on the ball. You know, you really got to play hard. And
Wow, and you're seeing these shots being missed. That's the product of 5 block shots, 5 or 6
Absolutely.
block shots.
Well,
by
like you
this
say, you're getting
Riptide.
ahead of them. They know they're there, and you know, you really do get in the heads. These little plays that happen, you know, in the beginning of the game, they follow you through the rest of it.
Oh, definitely. You know, and you know, Billy White picking up his 3rd. He's is sitting on the bench. That's definitely hurting this Hurricanes team or this Riptide team, and Wormley looking to take advantage of that. And
Wormley got the rebound on the defensive end, and he took a coast to coast right down the middle, right to the left-hand side, up and in, and made a basket right by himself. So
yeah, I don't care what sport it is, Adrian. It's hard to beat speed.
I'll tell you what. I always said I'd always take speed over talent anytime.
Oh, speed over power, speed over
anything.
talent.
If you can't catch them, you can't stop them.
In 44-25, 19-point Riptide lead. Anderson on the bench, getting an extended rest for Anderson on the bench. Jabs Newby just playing so well. Wormley back into the game at the other guard spot, and you know, you continue to build on the lead. Why not rest your best scorer?
You know, sometimes it's your night, and not that it's not Anderson's night, but. You know, when the boys can help you out and give you a breather, hey, why not take it? I would every night of the week if they're getting the job done, and you know, if that's what's working, don't stop what's working.
Yeah, and an offensive rebound, new shot clock, plenty of time, and
Boys, I'll tell
Mancini
you,
with the cut, just couldn't get it to go.
Just couldn't get it to go, but that was one of the better give and goes you've seen. Good pass, cut to the basket, and Riptide come right back. Number 2,
Hurricanes.
No, I'm sorry, you're correct. The Hurricanes come back. Zimmerman hit a 3, so
that's one of those you know, missed layups, right? Missed layups. You had 2 points you didn't get, 3 points they got at the other end. 5-point swing right there. Anthony Stover out top. Sometimes Stover with his length is free safety out there as Akeem Johnson knocks down the deep 3.
Boys, deep is not an accurate word. He was what you call from downtown.
And you know, talking about Double A, he's getting set to check back in the game here, Adrian.
Yes, well, we'll see. He comes back. Apparently, he told the coach he's had enough of sitting on the bench. And
Stover with a big rebound.
And Wormley cutting to the basket. They pass back out top.
Well, such a 3-point look to the 3-point line first team. Very, very close to like 3-point shot attempts that the Golden State Warriors put up a game. Coach Bond likes to run and gun. He likes to score from that 3-point line.
Boys, I'll tell you, when these you know, this elevated leagues, like, you know, the D1 leagues and the NBA and college, that seems to be the way that they're playing nowadays. You don't see as much, you know, go to the basket first and then to the 3-point line, because these shooters, I mean, you sit and you watch them warm up. I mean, they don't miss but a handful of them. I mean, and they, you know, when you're draining 20, 30 shots, it's, you know, you got to go to it. They're, like you say, that extra level of
Stover with a big rebound. Couldn't get it to go. But hustle back on the play, big fella. You'll get a block down here.
Here it comes.
Yeah, Akeem Johnson,
Look at the
great
defense.
defense.
I'll tell you.
Grabbed him by the jersey, pulling him to the side.
He tried to get away with that one, but the referees had his number.
Well, he likes to. If you want to bang and bump, you know, shoulder way or back too, with Akeem Johnson, he's going to pull the chair sometimes. He's going to let you stumble and fall, travel, or he gets a steal. That time he tried to help the offensive player a little bit, grabbing him by the jersey and giving him a little tug.
He gave him that one.
But he picks up his 3rd foul. Jamal McQueen getting set to check in the game, and Antoine Mason off the mark for 3, but offensive rebound, and Watson gets a little floater to go. Such an underrated shot, that little floater going down the lane.
That
you know?
that little toss up. That's easy to get up over them big tall defenders, and you know, they've really come a long way with that shot. You know.
Well, it's such an underrated shot. You know, for years I was teaching my kids, not just my guards, but my forwards, power forward, get that little teardrop down the lane. For me, teaching it was try to land that ball with lots of arc on the front of the rim. Try to land that ball on the front of the rim. It's coming from 18, 19 feet in the air sometimes. Land that on the front of the rim, and that might trickle in.
Absolutely.
That seemed to be the key for me. Is what I taught, and players. You watch a D1 game. Watch the next D1 game, college basketball, and you'll see 8 to 12 floaters going down the lane in every game you watch.
Yeah, what's funny too. Back when I say this wasn't a long time for some people, but back when I was younger, and the coaches, you never really saw that kind of shot, and it just shows you how far. The game has come along.
Not just the three-point line.
No, but all over. I mean, we were always taught to go hard to the rim and draw the foul. I mean, don't give up that little.
The Utah Jazz were leaps and bounds ahead of everybody. They ran screen and roll, and everybody thought, what is screen and roll?
Exactly.
Stockton to Malone, Malone to Stockton.
Two of the greatest 1-2 players you see on any team in history of basketball.
And they ran screen and roll. They created that mismatch on the screen and roll, and they broke it down how you scored 4 different ways out of that. And now you see every team in the NBA going nonstop screen and roll. You see Coach Bond uses it a lot, a steady diet of screen and roll.
That's a very instrumental thing. And I've coached for a few years myself. And that's one of the bread and butter plays. If you can teach the young kids to do that, especially at a lower level, if you can master that, it's almost impossible to stop.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll break it down to you what this Riptide team does. They have a center position screening for one of the guards, creating that mismatch. The center being, say, Stover, dives to the front of the rim. Now, because they switched, he's got whoever was guarding the point guard on him. That causes the help defense to come from one of their three-point shooters. They stick in the corner. They kick it out to the three with the guy standing already facing the basket, toes facing the basket, already on balance, not receiving a pass from the side. Those are the threes they knock down. And if they don't switch that screen and roll initially, Anderson comes off, shoots a jump shot, or gets all the way to the rim.
Yeah, we was talking earlier about speed and Horace Wormley. That play that just happened, they had the Hurricanes was back on defense and, not fully back, but, running backwards. And just the speed of Horace Wormley, he almost beat him down, and he was behind a little bit. And, it draws that player off from the side, from the angle where you can have your other forwards coming down and filling those lanes, and just an easy dump pass down low, and you get that either easy layup or you get the foul and you draw the foul shots, and that's where that speed really comes in. Like we were talking about with Wormley, he's so quick. He makes he makes a good smart decision. He's seen the defender coming over through the lane. He dumped it down low for an easy layup, and then the defender had no choice. He had to. Right there, nice, beautiful jump shot right there by Gabe Freeman.
Gabe Freeman having himself a heck of a night here. Looking at nine rebounds. I'm gonna zip down through these stats here. Sorry. 9 rebounds, 12 points here.
He's 6 for 9 on the field goal, and
shooting the ball very well.
That's 12 points. I mean, them are big points. He is shooting really good. And big rebound right there. We were just talking about Freeman. Big rebound right
already
there.
Double digits in rebounding, and still a minute to go here in this first half. New shot clock, looking to set things up.
I'll tell you, that's where you can really hurt another team.
He's got a mismatch with Clink Scales guarding him, but mishandles the ball. Clink Scales says, that's not a mismatch. That's not a mismatch. I'll keep you out of the block. Absolutely. And turns him over.
And the size too. Freeman's 6'6", and Clink Scales, sorry about that, is only 6 foot. I mean, and the size difference, absolutely. But he plays tough.
He does.
Clink Scales.
I've always enjoyed watching watching Clean Scales play, you know, crafty with the basketball, runs this team, runs the offense for this team, gets them under control, and obviously doing a good job sitting with a 12-1 record, right? So
Yeah, I mean, it's
and Will hold here for last shot of the half, about 13 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock is shut off. Clink Scales looking to attack maybe around the 4-second mark, and gets one to go.
wow. That was a beautiful play.
1 second from half court. Gabe Freeman. Oh, he's looking like he thought that was going in. Couldn't get it to go. But folks, 51-38. Riptide lead by 13 here in St. John, New Brunswick. Glad you could join us. We'll be back with you in about 12 minutes with some first half stats.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the St. Stephen's Go Ahead Spartans! It looks like we may have Dames and Ends dudes out here. Looks like we got dudes fouling, Dames with the ball. In the shift swap, we've got dudes going against Dames 0-0. the Danes are still leading 2 to the Dudes 0. Sugar change, Danes still leading. And that's it for the game. Big ups to the Spartan co-eds for all their hard work for your halftime. Teams take it 2 to the Dudes 0. Big thanks to the city of St. Stephen for helping us out with that.
All right, folks, welcome back to St. John, New Brunswick Harbor Station, where the Riptide lead the visiting Hurricanes by 13 points, 51-38. Few halftime stats. A lot of times, Adrian, you look at these stats, not a lot of things stand out. Today, things stand out. Hurricanes with 14 turnovers, Riptide with 6. So Riptide under their margin, averaging about 14 turnovers a game, only have 6 right now. So, and I say that, and
Just got another one.
turnover by the Riptide. So 7 turnovers now for the Riptide. Rebounding side, 37 rebounds for the Riptide, 26 rebounds for the Hurricanes. And I don't buy a lot into that rebounding stat, Adrian, because it's just that it's more, I guess you're more looking at your defense. Your defense, you're getting stopped, you're forcing misses, and giving you the rebounding edge. So only 26 rebounds for the Hurricane team. And Akeem Johnson at the shot clock buzzer gets it to go, 53-40.
You know, and the other thing, too, you're talking about rebounding. You know, that first half, the Riptide, they had a lot of, you know, offensive rebounds.
They did.
They had them second chances that reset the shot clock. And,
Yeah.
you know, that takes a big time. You know, that takes a big
And
big
Stover
thing.
with
And
another
Stover
block
with another
shot.
block.
And he looks over at the scorer's table to make sure they get it down, because his complaint is they don't get all my block shots.
That's right.
I lead the league in this in block shots. Make sure you get them all. I want that average to go up.
Oh, absolutely. You know, that your averages and your stats are what shows what you're doing. And
Right.
You know,
And,
especially in these type of leagues. And
you know, and he's the guy. He's the guy you pick on your team in men's league.
yeah,
All he wants to do is block shots,
That's right.
rebound.
That's
He never
right.
wants to shoot it. He just gets the offensive rebound. He'll still pass it back out.
Absolutely.
I want 5 of those guys.
yeah, me too.
You know, you touched on the offensive rebound, Adrian, and then it brings up my next point, the shooting percentage. Shooting percentage, 41% for the Riptide, but a lot of those times, 3 and sometimes 4 offensive rebounds in one position, in one set. So for that trip down the floor, you went 1 for 4, but you scored 100% of that possession on that possession, right? So a lot of offensive rebounds can really offset the shooting percentage part of that. So you look at a team, you know, with the Hurricanes tonight, first half, only 27% field goal percentage from the floor, and only 6 offensive rebounds in that first half. So shooting percentage pretty close to what they had in that first half. Down to 3, down to 2. Gabe Freeman gets it off.
Oh, and
wow.
he made it. Wow. He was all up in his face, too. He drained that. That was last second right at the buzzer. You know, the buzzer didn't go off. He did get rid of it, but that's a heck of an athletic play right there. You know, and that's what I was talking about earlier. You know, if you don't come and see a lot of these games, you know, like I haven't been to a lot. I watch a lot of high school ball, and you know, I watch a lot of college on TV, and you know, you don't get to see that real factor, I call it, where you can actually see these players, you know, coming down in the athleticism. And right there, Stover got hammered coming in, and he might have caught a finger to the eye.
Yeah, he's on the floor in some pain.
Yes, sir. He's.
But I tell you, it's something nice having your 7-footer run the floor.
Absolutely.
Somebody you can dish that ball to coming down the center of the floor.
You know, we play together in men's league, and you know, you get players like that. I get jealous of them because they take 3 steps and they're from half court to the basket, and I got to take 32 because I'm only, you know, I got 2.5-foot legs. So
yeah. You've got to be more tired than them. You're taking a lot more steps.
Oh, you got to.
You know, and points in the first half for the Riptide. Gabe Freeman with 12. Horace Wormley, we had a nice first half with 9 points. Anthony Anderson with 6. The Hurricane side, Taquan Zimmerman had a nice first half with 10 points. Billy White sat down a little early foul trouble. They still ended the first half with 8 points.
And also, you know, we started the second half here. Freeman's added to his score already. He made the first 2 baskets, and you know, he made the first 2 baskets coming down, and he's got his game high scoring for the entire floor right now. So first shot up right now is from Addison. He's taking the shots for Stover. Stover can't see. Looks like he's got some facial injuries, and don't know. I think it's his eye. It looks like he's wincing pretty good. And Addison made his second free throw. So
looked like he got a finger to the eye.
I think that's what I saw. Finger to the eye.
A nice bag.
Freeman with a big rebound.
Nice bag on the eye. So Mama Stover, I'm keeping my eye on him. I'll give you an update as soon as I hear one. And it does look like you know, the trainer's with him. He's sitting down at the end of the bench and he's looking around. It does look like a finger to the eye. Hopefully he's okay. But I will give you an update for sure.
Jeez, I'll tell you, them little fouls like that, it's a very sensitive area, you know, especially in the eye. You can just get a feather in the eye, and you know, it takes your vision away, and they're hard to recuperate.
Horace Wormley, league's leading 3-point field goal percentage, and
barely missed that one.
Couldn't get it to go. I tell you, when he does miss, he doesn't miss by much.
Right there, we got a foul by number 33, Johnson.
Well, Johnson, I thought it was on, but Addison,
33.
Yeah, it was on Johnson. Addison raised his hand, knowing Johnson had 3 fouls on him.
And coach is going to bring him out. 3 fouls right here early in the second half.
Not a bad substitution. You're bringing Olu Famutini in, who was one of the anchors in the defense there in that run in the first half.
Absolutely. I tell you, he was nailing some big-time shots there too, not just defense.
Oh yeah.
You know, he had a good 3 and a couple good jump shots right there. And right there, we got a jump shot from Poole from Halifax Hurricanes, number 10.
He gets a 3 to go, a much-needed 3-point shot, and only 14 points, Adrian. 14-point lead in this league can be gone in a minute.
Disappear off quick.
Can be gone in a minute. So, you know, especially with a high output team as these Hurricanes are, you know, proving it, a 12-1 record.
Absolutely. You know, defending champs as well. I mean, you know, they're playing good though. I mean, Riptide's matching them. You know, play for most part, and you know, they're actually catching the top end of them right now. Like you say, they're up right now by 14. So, you know, just got to keep playing hard, and you know,
Hurricanes
hopefully keep that lead till the end.
Billy White gets down the lane, gets fouled, and looking to score a couple points with the clock stopped. And like I say, plenty of time, but good way to chip in, good way to dig in is get yourself to the free throw line.
Absolutely.
Get some points with the clock stopped.
I think he might have got a.
I think he got a finger in the
eye as well. I can't read lips too well, but I think he just said he couldn't see the ball. But looks like he's rubbing his eye, and he's ready to go. He's back to the 3-point line. So.
Adrian, you haven't seen Billy White's athleticism yet. At some point in this second half, he will display the athleticism in that body. It is. He'll get free for a dunk or an alley-oop or something. You'll see it before long. I tell you, he is a joy to watch.
Makes you a little bit jealous sometimes. This stuff comes so easy to you know, these level of players. I know it doesn't come easy. They work for it, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And but you know, the effortlessness that they display, and Freeman gets picked up for a blocking foul, offensive blocking foul.
And Horace Wormley up defending Klingscales. Watson, who had a beautiful game last night, really not in the scores.
And here comes
column here. Gabe Freeman with
off the bench right now. It's coming Stover. He told the coach he's ready to go. So coach says, "Yeah, you want to go in? Here you go. Come right back in, big fella."
Here he comes.
Mason is proud to be the official legal counsel of the St. John Riptide. Norman Mason is a full-service Atlantic Canadian law firm based right here in St. John at 121 Tribune Street. For your personal or corporate legal needs, look no further than Norman Mason.
Well, Rena, Stover, no better update than that. Your boy's back on the floor. Everything seems to be good. He's not blinking a bunch there. He's already active, and here we go. Finger to the eye, all solved. And Horace Wormley gets 3 for 3. That's why he leads the league in three-point percentage.
Cock shot and loaded on that one. He caught that ball. He didn't even think about it. He was on the three-point line, knew where he was, and that was going, and he drained it.
It's a shot he's practiced, 100,000 times, right? So, yeah, they get Olu Famatini with the hold and quickly raising his hand, so Gabe Freeman doesn't pick it up. It was eeny, meeny, miny, mo on that one.
Yeah, it was. I think Olu Famatini gave Freeman a pat on the back and said, "Listen here.
Yeah, you owe me a steak dinner
that's
tonight."
Right. I'll take this one, and you keep playing hard. So I think I think that was a good judgment on his part for Fumatini, and so it saves his teammates.
Yeah, foul on Stover. Foul was before the shot, so on the baseline. Nobody in bonus yet. 5 third quarter fouls for the Riptide, 3 for the Hurricanes. Nobody's in bonus until we get to 7.
That's a dynamic change too. For the course of this game, you get up to 7 fouls, and it's quite early still right now.
And
so
Anthony Stover draws the offensive foul. I was saying last night, you missed the game last night. Stover was taking some shoulder tackles. I'm sorry, it might have been the night before against Cape Breton. He was taking a couple shoulder tackles, knocking him back, and the guy was scoring. I said, Anthony Stover's a UCLA guy. He's got pretty good brain in his head. The next time he does that, he's drawing the offensive foul. Mark my words. Wasn't about 5 minutes later in the game, the guy went to leaned in, a little shoulder tackle to bump him off balance. Hey, he goes to the floor, sells it, offensive foul. Just what you've seen him do right there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a very, very smart defensive play is what it is. And looks.
So we got some blood on the arm of Billy White. So he's got to take a sub. Trainer's on her way down to tend to that for him.
Yeah. I don't know if it's his or if it's a wipe off. He might have got a scratch on him, but
I think
it's
so.
just a technicality. Go out, wipe it off, be safe, clean her up, and continue on playing. So I don't think you'll see him sit on the bench for very long. I think.
No, he's got more energy than everybody in this arena put together.
Absolutely, and right now, you can just tell by his demeanor. He's fired up. He wants to play, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, fouls on number 10, Mike Poole. Yeah, gets Mason into the game.
We talking about that. Billy White, looking over here on the sideline. He's fired up because the trainer had to go back and get her stuff, and even the coach giving the trainer some giddy up juice. Let's go. We got to get him back in the game and get back playing. So.
Well, and Stover not happy with somebody hanging on his arm there. Lets him know.
Oh, he definitely gave the referee an earful, that's for sure.
And Olu Famatini doing a great job. Great job on Watson down low. I said last night's game had a great game. Really hurt this Riptide team in the scoring column. And and tonight only 2 points. So keying on him for sure, doing a better job.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, you look at Tyrone Watson, just the size of him. He's a very imposing figure. He's 6'6", and he's solid too.
Well, people, you hear people say they don't think basketball is a physical sport. You go guard Tyrone, you go guard Watson down in that low block, and you tell me how you make out.
I'm gonna tell you,
he's gonna put you on your butt in the floor every
time. If he isn't playing basketball, he can play tight end for defense or defensive end for sure. He's got that opposing size, and he looks pretty solid out there. So, and that right there just goes to show the defensive grit of Fumatini, and that was holding them down. I mean, you gotta be physical. You gotta play. You gotta push back a little bit. And you gotta be smart.
Wow, when you hear people talk about or the reference sometimes getting the weight room. That's what they're talking about.
You're absolutely
you're getting bumped off the ball. You're getting bumped off balance and getting the weight room. That's the biggest advice I can give to any young kids out there that are looking to improve their game. Yeah, you need to get to the court. You need to get your 1,000 shots up, your 10,000 shots up every summer. You need to work on your ball handling. You need to scrimmage. You need to work out. You need to lift weights. That's the biggest advice I can give to young kids. You want to make your game considerably better in a short amount of time. Get in the weight room and get stronger.
I'll tell you, that strength really goes a long way. You see a lot of the kids like you're talking about, young, early, 8th grade, freshmen, getting into high school ball. They're not really developed yet, for what they're going to grow into, but you watch the games, they get bumped around a lot. They don't stay on their feet a lot. They come in for a lane and they go and they get fouled, they fall over. They can't go all the way through with it.
It makes you a better defender. It makes you get in the weight room now. You're quicker. You're stronger, like you said. You're not getting bumped off the ball. Your shooting range extends from 15 feet to 17 to 18 feet. You've got more oxygen in your blood because now you've got that muscle tone, the muscle mass. Your endurance is more. It used to be a thing back in the day. You didn't want to lift weights to ruin your shot. That's not the case anymore.
I don't agree with that. I'll tell you, me personally, I younger anyways, but I used to be a lot quicker. Smaller guy, you have to be a little faster. And I just feel better when I'm in the gym. You just get that muscle feeling, the strength feeling that you get from lifting weights. You don't get that from anywhere else. You can run all you want, and you can do everything else you want, but if you don't hit them weights, boys.
Antoine Mason with a two-hand slam.
He got the steal, was on a fast break, and boys, I'll tell you, he put that one down.
I've seen that a few times at Auburn. I used to keep my eye on him when he was at Auburn. He used to, like I said, son.
Right there, because we were just talking about a second ago about the weights and following through and stuff like that. Right there, you had Anthony Anderson. Bigger guy, bumped into him, but yet he still had that power. He jumped in through, and he followed right up through with it and made the basket. He gets a chance at a three-point play.
He's got more old-fashioned three-point plays than I think I have regular baskets in my whole playing career.
Now, you take that one type of play right there that we're talking about, three-point play. How many times could that or would that have changed the outcome of a game, in any level?
Oh, definitely. As we were saying that, C.J. Watson knocks down a high arcing three as Anthony Stover had his hand stretched out to about 14 feet in the air. Tough shot.
Beginning of this game, we was talking before the broadcast. You said, Aiden, watch this game, especially second half. This is going to be a physical game, and boys, I'll tell you, that is leading exactly to where we're going. These boys here are all over the place and right into each other. This is wonderful.
Well,
Coach screaming for a timeout right behind the ref. I don't know if he'll give it to him or not, but
it's strength, speed, and skill all rolled into one here. Watching this level of basketball, and folks, if you have never been to an NBL game, you need to come out. If you're in the St. John area watching this game on the broadcast. How can you not get a ticket and get here and watch this live?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, this is a good game to come see, and you really get to see the level these players are playing. And right there, we got Stover with a foul.
Well,
might have been a frustration foul. He looked like he got hit on the way down, and the ref didn't call it, so that might have been a frustration foul. So coach is going to pull him out, bring Addison back in, and
Hurricanes in the bonus, and you're seeing a bit of momentum change here right now with this a little giddy up in this Hurricanes player steps and a little fire in them right now. You're seeing a little bit of a momentum change. Only a 10-point game, still in the third quarter with 4 minutes to go. And Antoine Mason looking to get a couple at the line here. Misses that first one.
Yeah, it does look like you say, kind of you can feel it. You can feel it a little bit, the momentum shift. The Hurricanes are trying to chip away and get that lead back down into a manageable fourth quarter, manageable fourth quarter deficit, and just go from there.
You know what? I'd love to see that. Oh, Anderson, another three-point opportunity here. He gets a layup to go, gets fouled. I said he's made more old-fashioned three-point plays than I have regular baskets in my entire career.
Attack the unbelievable. Attack the rim, attack the rim, attack the rim. That's what you got to go for. He's talking about following through. That's exactly right there what I'm talking about. You can follow through. You have to attack that basket.
And 5 fouls on C.J. Watson has a seat.
Once again, Anderson makes that foul shot, completes the three-point play.
I tell you right now, I'd like to see that same defensive squad we saw in the first half, Adrian. Maybe the last couple minutes of this quarter, close this quarter out real strong. Now Anderson with the rebound. No better guy to have the ball on a fast break situation. Oh, it got tripped up, but couldn't get it to go. And Anderson telling the referee. And Antoine Mason gets free again for a two-hand dunk. I say Anderson's having some words with the referee. He doesn't ever say anything. When he does, he's right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And their feet were tangled up there. Referee obviously in a bad position to make that call and didn't. Addison with a great cut. Oh, blows the layup.
Boys, we got another
just like that.
Quick, right back down the floor. We swing this game, swung right back to 8 points. It was just 12 points. Maybe a minute ago? And they've turned around and got 2 quick layups. One was a dunk, and one was almost a dunk.
Well, I said I could feel a bit of a momentum switch there, momentum change in the Hurricanes' favor, and down to single digits. And when you've got a double-digit lead, it can be 20, it can be 30. It's a mental thing when they get it down to single digits.
Yes,
it's a mental thing. You stop doing the things you've been doing. You're not taking the shot you were making before. Not making this pass. Not quite there. And down to 8 points. 2:50 to go in the third. Coach Vaughn has a timeout. Guys, let's settle down. Let's get back. He's a very. I want you guys to think, Coach. This game is 100% up. 99% in your head, 1% athleticism and skill. We need our heads. If we're complaining to the referees, if anything other than thinking about the task, who we're guarding, what we're supposed to be doing on offense, we're not thinking about that stuff when we're losing our heads a little bit. So let's get back on track. Let's everybody calm down.
Absolutely.
And get things going.
Almost took the words right out of my mouth. When you take that time, and I know it's frustrating. I've done it before. I'm sure you've done it before. You you do get bumped, you get fouled, and they're right there. You think they should have seen it, and you don't always catch it. But you take that time, and when you're complaining to the referee, your man's going down. Where's the defense?
Already 5 steps down the floor.
You've got to get there, and I think that's what the Hurricanes have been doing this last couple trips down. Their man was back there arguing, and then they're on a fast break. So. But
and just like that, Anthony Anderson wants that ball. He feels he's got a mismatch with Klingscales guarding him. Klingscales quick, a little bit taller. Anthony Anderson a lot stronger. He's going to get him down in that low block, bump him around a little bit, and get himself to the free throw line. I say to the free throw line, it's his third trip to the free throw line in about a minute and a half here.
Yeah, and you know, really, I think that I wouldn't want anybody else to have that ball right now than Anderson. He's been the scorer last few times down. We just talked about 3-point plays, and you know, and he's been bang on right now on his foul shots. He's made the last 3 he's had this half. And,
you know, and he's the leading scorer in the NBL, all-time leading scorer in the NBL, not just this season. And he's showing you he's going to get his points.
Absolutely,
and,
you know,
he doesn't get it in a selfish way to be I need to score X amount of points. He gets it because that's what his team needs, and he gets it in times that his team needs him to score. And right now, like I said, Hurricanes making a little bit of a run, a little momentum thing, and Anderson looking to switch that. And that's why you've seen him score 3 times in the last 3 or 4 possessions.
Mason shooting from the charity stripe.
And I was wondering when Antoine Mason was going to come alive here. He's had a great third quarter. Really killed this Riptide team yesterday. 24 points he had. Young man had a nice basketball game.
Well, I can tell you, you can watch him coming out of the second half. You can just see the determination, and you know, you can listen to him too. We can hear him right here from the sideline, right through the headphones and everything. You know, he wants this. He wants to win, and look at that. See, even quick defense. He's really pushing the ball and defensively, and he's driving to the lane, and you know, he's really taking charge right now for this Halifax Hurricanes team, and you know, he wants to continue that.
And Anderson with a mismatch out here with Billy White guarding him. And when you get a center guarding the point guard, he's either going to blow by, so you back off, give him room, and he shoots that jump shot. And Anderson does.
He just drained that one too.
16 points here for Anderson. Still 2 minutes to go in the third period. And out to a wide open Mason.
He drains this as he hollers, "I want this!" Coming back down. He's fired up, folks. I'll tell you, he's ready. He can feel it. He can feel this momentum shift too, and you know, he really wants this game. He wants to keep that streak going.
Oh, nifty pass from Freeman to the cutting Addison. Addison just going in to get a rebound, and the ball falls in his lap. Gets himself to the free throw line.
You see with
fouls on Anthony Cox.
You see, like I was saying earlier, it's so smooth for these guys. They drive in, they don't even think about it, and they already see that pass coming. You know, when you got to crash the boards, but you're not just the rebounder like on that play right there. Addison was coming in, and he was ready for the pass. He got fouled on the way back by, but he goes to the three-point. Holy, I can't speak.
Free throw.
There we go. Thank you.
Slow her down, buddy. Slow her down.
And he makes his first one.
And just a hush over this crowd right now. You can hear a pin drop.
Oh, absolutely. Really goes to show you the hometown fans. They keep the noise down so he can concentrate. Ball goes up.
Yeah.
Wow. Clinksdale throws an alley-oop to number 24 right there, Anthony Cox. And boys, I'll tell you, he was up, put that down like he was standing still.
And Darren Mency sitting on the bench for about 35 minutes of real time.
Boys.
Walks in the game, knocks down a 3. That's like the microwave, right?
I'm telling you. Just like it was nothing.
Darren Microwave Mency can heat up in a hurry. Oh, nice dish off to Billy White.
Billy White making up a couple of points.
Oh, now we got a
Riptide looking for Anderson
right
sees the clock, sees the game clock, shot clock. He's looking for a quick 2 for 1. So 38 seconds on the clock. Unless the Hurricanes have the same thing in mind after this free throw, Adrian,
boys,
Riptide will get last shot.
They're having a few words there right now.
Yeah, I said coming into this game, after yesterday's game, this one was going to be a physical contest, and not a ton riding on this game. Bragging rights mostly. Hurricanes are the best team in the league right now at 12-1. These teams have played twice. They've split. Each one wants to be a notch up on the other one. That's all it is. And
Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you tell me earlier that the only loss that the Hurricanes have is to the Riptide?
Is to the Riptide, yeah,
So I
split
mean that's a
1-1.
lot right there. You know, you come in, you know, you go to their home court and you beat them there, and you know they come here. You want to keep that, and you know that, like you were saying earlier, about a confidence builder for the season too.
Yeah.
You can knock out the number 1 team. You know, that builds a lot for your team, for your guys, and you know it really gives them confidence in their playing abilities. And
most definitely. But you know, hopefully, Adrian, you're going to get up to some more games, and you will see some different teams, and you'll notice right away the parity in this league. You get teams with, you know, Halifax with a 12-1 record. And you've got some up-and-coming teams. You've seen a lot of changes and a lot of players added to some different teams who are maybe in the basement as far as record goes. You got Cape Breton who come in here Friday night and got a big win. Their 3rd win of the season. They've only got 5. That gives them 5. So they're on a 3-game win streak. So you're seeing teams like that. You get in here, you'll see more teams you see. Like I said, you'll see the parity in this league and just how even the talent is spread out, which makes for very competitive basketball.
once again, you know, you got a little jaw-jacking going on right now between number 1 Addison and number 24 Anthony Cox, and you know, they're having some words, and getting a little secondary commentary from the crowd too.
The crowd's getting some words
getting
in.
into it. Yeah,
crowd's getting some words in. That's the thing about this broadcast booth being so close to the fans, and we sometimes have their voices clearly going through our microphone.
Right in the middle of the action, as Addison makes that foul shot right there. We got some technical timing issues. They want to reset the clock
2.8,
to put it on 2.8. They had some discrepancies, so they're going to try to prevent them from getting that last score right now. They got just about 3 seconds left. So,
wow, you know, not a bad look for Clinkscales with 2.8 to go. Nobody stopped the basketball. He gets a running three-point attempt that he'd like to have back and try again, I'm sure. So, folks, 77-67, Riptide over the Hurricanes here, end of the third, and don't let the 10 points fool you, because we've seen it, that can disappear in a minute and a half. So definitely stay with us. We're in for a heck of a ball game here on out.
You know, like you were saying, we had it up to 12, 13 points in just a matter of 45, 60 seconds, and it was right back down to 8, 7. You know, it doesn't take nothing for this to turn around.
We would like to direct your attention to the big screen where Andy Glowstorm is being awarded a check for $670, brought to you by the United Way. That's Andy Glowstorm, big winner of the 50-50 draw tonight.
Everybody clap your hands.
And folks, back to action here. Like I said, start of the fourth quarter, 10-point Riptide lead. Hurricanes looking to change things around, and we're talking about Antoine Mason. Had a heck of a game last night. Only 2 points in the first half, 13 points in the third quarter for him, sitting with 15, and he has earned every single one of them.
Yeah, the Riptide haven't given him any freebies at all. He's had to work for all of his, but you can tell, like we were saying earlier, the determination. He wants this game, but I think this might be the best quarter of the 4 right here. They, you know, it's going to get physical. You'll see see how it goes.
And Mency couldn't get it to go. And they're calling the foul on Brian Addison, and Coach Bond right there, closer to the action. Cannot believe that call, as can any of this crowd. Antoine Mason dancing the baseline. Goes out of bounds, and anyway, it is what it is. They're not going to change the call.
Boys, I'll tell you, the coach is fired up. He just got a technical from the second referee that came in.
Well, the referee came running from the other side of the court to tell Coach Bond to sit down, that's enough, whatever he was telling him. And he was having a conversation with the official that
made the call.
Yeah, right, and you just heard from somebody in the crowd behind me, you came over looking for it. So Bond has a couple words and he tees him up. You know, I think the guy in the crowd's right. You came over looking for it, and you gave it. So
exactly, yeah. You know, I hate to see. You know, I think the coach was warranted in his. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not happy with the call. I didn't think it was.
No, he had a beef. The official. You know, sometimes maybe you blew a call and you're going to get a nearful from a coach, and you kind of take that because. But if you're 100% sure you're right, you made the right call, I mean, you're going to be a little quicker with the tee.
The thing that I like about the first official who made the call is that, you know, like you say, he might have been wrong in making that call. He knows it, and, you know.
That's why he wasn't giving the tee.
He took a little chewing, but I'll tell you what I like what he did is he was at the coach, he had a couple seconds, and then he walked away.
Yeah.
He run down the floor to where he was, and then, like you say, the other referee come across
from
the floor.
The other side of the court, yeah.
Looking for, I don't know what you want to call that.
Wow, now we got Anthony Anderson slips at the free throw line, and they call him for he's telling him, look, my foot slipped.
You know, the thing is I think Mason knows it too. You can see the smirk on his face, and he got away with one, and you know, it's a free.
Dan Poole coming in for Watson. And folks, yeah, we are Riptide broadcasters. We're going to call it fair both ways.
No, absolutely.
You know, of course, we're hoping the Riptide win, but it is what it is. If it happens in reverse, we'd be complaining. Yeah, you know, we'd be complaining in Hurricanes' favor too, right?
Absolutely.
We're going to call it how we see it. So bear with us.
You know, a good play is a good play, and a bad play is a bad play, no matter who does it. I think that's one of the joys of coming here too. You know, you get to see this, like we were saying earlier. You get to see this league. You know, you get to see both ways. And Mason gets called for a travel right now.
Which you know.
Oh, here we go. Mason got called for a travel. Didn't like it. Gave the referee a little bit of guff, and now he picks up his technical. So
yeah. Well, you know, I think it was.
Mason, we want this.
We get a little edging on from the crowd behind us too.
Well, I think if he, you know, Antoine goes back, watches the game film, you can see in that possession he was D'd up pretty good. Help defender came over, caused the travel, and
he's got a legitimate argument, that's for sure. But you know, sometimes that's where you got to keep your head a little bit, and you know. Maybe the referee was still a little bit heated from.
Wow, Famitini.
I'll tell
Rifles in there, put him in the spin cycle and gets himself to the rim.
I'm going to tell you, he was elevated on that one, and he went through 3 defenders. Two on each side, 1 in the middle. He split them down below, and he was a high rising up over the rim and got it.
Yeah. Look at Billy White go to work.
Wow,
Nice block.
Freeman come right back with a block. Famitini come back with a block. Big time block on that one.
And who's got the ball running the floor? Nobody will like better on this Riptide team running the floor, ball in his hand.
Absolutely.
Finds Freeman down in the low block. Yeah, a little push on the shot. Couldn't get the shot to go. He's going to the free throw line.
Absolutely.
Gabe Freeman's an underrated low post player. When he gets his back on you, he's got an array of moves, up and unders. He's got a little dream shake down there, and he can hit that fadeaway if he flat out can't get by you either side. And he is strong. There's a lot of strength. So if you're keeping him out of the low block, you've got to match that strength. And he'll use his speed sometimes down in that low block.
Absolutely. So. We're talking about the momentum shift earlier. We was talking to the third quarter. You know, it looked like the Hurricanes were coming back, and you could feel that shift going the other way from the first half. First half, it kind of seemed like it was all Riptide, you know, pushing the ball and making some of them hard shots, and then Hurricanes come back. But I'll tell you, Riptide's flipped it around right now. They got it back out to a 13-point lead, and they got two foul shots coming up right now.
Well, Adrian, like you said, a little momentum back to this St. John Riptide team, and Gabe Freeman at the line for two, looking to push that from 13 to 15. Gets the first one.
There's the first one right there. Yeah, you can tell a little bit of frustration coming from the Hurricanes, and and the Riptide really is coming back. And Freeman with the second foul shot is good. So, like you say, right now we got a 15-point lead for Riptide over the Hurricanes. We got a little under 9 minutes, 40 seconds left.
And Adrian, it's been their defense. They're putting the ball in the hoop on the other end of the floor, but they're putting the ball in the hoop because they're not taking the ball, throwing it from out of bounds because they're letting Halifax score.
Absolutely.
They're getting stops, they're getting turnovers, or they're getting rebounds, and they're getting out and running and getting down the floor before guys match up. Maybe creates a mismatch. Maybe you have 3-on-2, 2-on-1 fast breaks, and scoring's coming a little bit easier for them right now.
Yeah, the old saying goes, offense will win you some games and defense will win you the championships.
Definitely.
And that's they're definitely playing right now. Riptide's playing like a championship team right at the moment. Like you say, that it's sometimes just more important to hold the other team down than it is to just score more points. You gotta play to your play to what you can.
I like Popovich's take on him one time. Coach, what are you going to do to win this game? He said, score more points on them. And he walked away.
Sometimes them great coaches, the one-liners, they can kill you with it.
You ask a dumb question, you're going to get a dumb answer. Well, it's a pretty good answer.
And Omensi throws up a three, misses, but we was talking earlier about Riptide and getting some offensive rebounds. Addison just got one right there, and right there, Anthony Anderson pulls up and drops one right on him.
Anderson with a big three. So 1 for 2 that possession. That trip down the floor, but they scored 100% of that possession. That's what I'm talking about earlier. You can get offensive rebounds, and you can score on those offensive rebounds. You can throw, maybe you shot 40% from the floor. You can throw that out the window. Wow. That's Kareem Canty about 3 feet outside the line. Silences the crowd a little bit.
He was, and I'll tell you, he had someone right in his face on that one too. That was really good. He made that shot.
And Gabe Freeman with his defender on the floor in front of him.
Wow.
And Addison gets a hand on the basketball, gets a tip to go, looks at the crowd and says, come on.
Let's go, pump it up
Come
in here.
on.
Let's get the noise up, get the crowd behind him.
And Canty, wow, I'm surprised that didn't go in. Just knocked one down from that same spot. And the Riptide, like I said, get a stop, get out and run. Create the mismatch, right?
And I think right now what they're doing is smart,
And Anderson showing everybody why he's leading scorer, all-time leading scorer.
You talk about Freeman earlier being an underrated player, or Fumatini, I'm sorry. Right underneath coming off the bench, and he's been playing some quality minutes right now. And right under there, he wanted the defender had his arm. And I think he was hidden from the referee. He still got a rebound, one-handed, put it back up, and got the foul. I mean, he's working hard. But what I was going to say earlier, I think what they were doing, is bring that ball back out. Maybe get a little bit of time off the clock. Not so much slow it down too much, but at least kill a couple seconds. Each possession you lose.
Well, I'd like to see them just keep doing what they're doing. Just keep doing what they're doing until about 2 minutes to go.
Well, like you were saying earlier, go with what works, right?
Yes, yeah. Like I said, they're getting this out of their defense, Adrian. They're getting out and running, causing mismatches because they're running quick.
We was talking earlier, and you said it in the third quarter. You'd like to see that defensive five that they had on the floor earlier, and I think we're back to where that was right now.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
I think Anderson is
no jabs newbie on the floor.
You got Anderson on the floor right now. You got Mency, Addison, and they're doing real good.
Mency thought he was fouled. They're gonna get a real good look at that. Referee didn't see it that way.
Sometimes they just can't see everything.
Let's get a fouls on Famutini. Not sure who he called it on there. It was three. It was pick and choose there. There was 3 of them around. 4 fouls on Famutini. That's not going to slow him down, Adrian. I can guarantee you that.
No. Well, like the coach used to tell me, you can't take them home with you. So
no, you can't take them home with you.
If you don't go home with at least a couple fouls, you didn't play hard enough. So
yeah,
and you
good box out, Gabe Freeman.
Absolutely can't say that about Famutini right now.
Contested jump shot and box out. I preach that till I'm blue in the face. You'll hear me say that over and over in the broadcast. Aside getting a steal, or, turning them over, you want a contested jump shot and box out. And I'm talking about Freeman, an underrated player down in that low block. If he doesn't get by you with a couple dream shakes or an up and under, he's got such a nice shooting touch. He's going to knock that shot down. Great leaping ability. He's going to rise and knock that jump shot.
And that's what he just showed right there. He backed his man down, but and we talk about calling it both ways. Hurricanes, they kept him down there. They didn't give it up, that layup, and he took a step back and just took a little jump shot and made it.
And Poole knocks the jump shot down.
Well, right now, scores 92-77. Riptide got about 6 minutes and 9 seconds left right now.
And guess who's at the free throw line?
Good old faithful old Anthony Anderson, I'll tell you. I know this is my first game, but I think I'm starting to develop a favorite player I got so far.
You'll, join the other 4,000 here watching.
Exactly.
He's definitely a fan favorite. He's a city favorite. He's, like I said, all-time leading scorer in the league, and not just his scoring, Adrian. He's an underrated defensive player. He's a tremendous on-the-ball defender, and leads the league. Quite often leads the league in steals as well as points.
Absolutely.
And just such an all-around great basketball player. And I say that right on cue. He turns it over. Thought a little miscommunication with Ole Famutini and
last couple possessions down the floor for Halifax. They've gotten behind the Riptide defense, and could have got a couple easy baskets. They just got one right there. That was Billy White. He got behind, caught the ball, up for a layup,
and guess who's going to the free throw line
once again? Once again. That's what I was talking about earlier. The players that just have that drive, that want to go and score, that want to push the ball,
you see a lot of small guards get down the lane. They draw the foul by just one straight momentum thing going, jumping into you. Anderson does that about 5 different ways. He's like that change up in baseball. Keeps you off balance. You're always you're never on balance when you're guarding him, never. And he gets you off balance, and when he gets you out of position, he's getting into you. It's your foul because you're not in a legal guarding stance, and he gets himself to the free throw line.
I'll tell you right there, Mency did a great job on defense that we just had.
Wow.
They were coming in and
called over the back on Addison.
Right there, that's 4 on Addison as well.
Yeah, 4 on Addison. Addison's not going to slow down either. You know what? Addison fouls out. You bring the league's leading shot blocker in, Anthony over.
I mean, you're not out anything. That's for sure. know,
Yeah,
and you can
and,
tell right there. You know, he's got to be careful now.
Yeah, C.J. Washington just bullies his way down, knows he's got 4 fouls, and gets the easy bucket. Wow, Gabe Freeman. He goes by Billy White, makes it look easy. Billy White's probably the fastest 6'8" guy in the league.
I'm gonna tell you.
And Freeman just put him in the spin cycle.
That just looked just as smooth. And
wow,
boys, I'll tell you, right there, that was. Hold on a second, get the numbers here. That was number 10 right there. That would have been old Mike Poole drained one from way downtown.
Mike Poole now with 10 points, having himself a nice basketball game. Yeah. We gotta call the foul there.
That's old Fumatini's going to be going to the line now. Get a chance at 2 shots. Score right now, 97-84. So we got a 13-point lead right now for Riptide.
Keeping it right around that 13, 14 points. You know, it was there at 9 minutes. It was there at 7 minutes. It's still there at 4.5 minutes. So Riptide doing a good job of just playing even Steven basketball
Absolutely.
here. And hoping it stays that way. Up to 14, Famatini with another free throw with 4.5 to go.
And you don't mind that when you got the lead either, that back and forth, just trading basket for basket. That doesn't change nothing, and you know, still keeps you in a comfortable lead. And right there, he makes the second one, so back up to a 15-point lead. Right now, 99-84. 4:24 on the clock left.
Menti looking to get some pressure, turn that basketball, turn that ball handler as many times as you can. Allows your teammates to get their feet set. That's what I love about Jabs Newby when he's in the game. Whoa, he just a little hop, skip, and a jump. Thought it was a travel, but guess not. And Mike Poole's already knocked a couple down. Gets free. We got this foul on somebody. Yep. Hurricanes foul.
2-0.
Number 20, C.J. Watson. I believe that's number 6 on him. Adrian.
He will.
I think Mike Leslie's going to take his 30 seconds, I believe, talk things over before he gets that sub into the game.
That's.
No, he's putting the sub in. He's not taking the 30 seconds.
Coming in.
Well, not a bad sub either. Ronaldo Dixon into the game. 6'9", shot blocking center.
Washington fouled out.
Looks like coach is going to be putting some height in. Old Anthony Cox looks like he's getting ready to come in too, 6'8" center. You know, I think that might not be a bad switch up right now. Seems like Riptide's gotten a lot of in the paint shots, you know, and yeah, maybe coach wants to put some size in and get them long arms extended and maybe disturb it a little bit.
Hakeem Johnson pushes that to a 16-point lead with 4 minutes to go. And Billy White takes a seat. And Menti gets a hand in there. Gets called for the foul. You know, rule of thumb, I was listening to some NBA officials once. Hands are so quick in the NBA. The hardest call to make is that reach in. Was it a foul or was it a strip? This is easily the hardest call in the NBA to make. In rule of thumb with them, if the ball takes an upward flight, it's a foul. If it takes a downward flight, the defender got the ball. And quickly, and it happens in that split second, did the ball take an upward flight? If it did, maybe there's a chance you barely got the ball, but chances are you probably got
got more arm than you did ball.
Right.
That's a hard call, you know.
Oh, definitely.
You know, and this is so fast. You know.
And Anderson with the mismatch and gets out to Hakeem Johnson. Couldn't get that three going. If that three had dropped, that was ball game.
I'll tell you right there, you know.
And offensive rebound, we get a set. Adrian, now we're working some clock like you talked about.
Absolutely. You know, and that last offensive rebound was Freeman, and, you know, we was talking about earlier, he's working real hard.
Yeah, nifty little shot inside for number 24, Anthony Cox. Good substitution for coach, get him in the game. 100-88. 12-point lead here, but plenty of time on the clock. Riptide have to be very smart with the basketball. Just keep doing what you're doing. Clock's in your favor.
I'll tell you, Anthony Anderson right there. He stepped out, couple dribbles, went to the side, and just, you know, that couple stutter step, drove right in, and Just
Way
an easy
goes.
layup.
Wow, 14-point lad, and just like that, a three-pointer for Zimmerman.
I'm telling you. Well, you weren't kidding.
Got that down to 11.
You get a couple possessions, it can switch this game back and forth. You know, we was just at 15, minute and a half ago. Now they got it down to 11. So.
Wow, that almost went.
And
Gets a reset. Reset. Lots of time on that. Oh, Darren Mency says, I got a wide open Famotini in the corner. I think coach was saying, guys, we needed to run some clock there. We could have taken 20 seconds off the clock. Poole goes down and drains a three in 102.94, down to 8.
I'm telling you, it doesn't take but a second. You know, you really
even this,
work this
you
clock
can
right
hear the
now.
crowd saying, work the clock. And just like that, a steal can cut it to 6, and does. Timeout, Coach Spawn.
Coach said enough. He
Just
wants
like
to
that,
reset
Adrian.
the players, and
Just like that. 150 to go. Plenty of time on this clock. You know, a couple offensive rebounds, couple possessions where the Riptide really could have ran that clock down and shot it with about 16 on the shot clock.
Oh, the other thing you say too is they've had a couple offensive rebounds. They had a second chance to reset that clock, and you know they kind of. In my opinion, I think they forced that ball a little too fast.
Definitely. You know, big shot, good if it goes, but really bad if it doesn't. And especially when Halifax is running the floor, making layups or knock down a couple threes, a jump shot.
Well, then they just got that steal right at the end. You know, come down, brought it down to 6. Like I was just saying, what it was at 4 minutes 9 seconds. It was a 15-point lead.
Yeah.
We got a minute 50 left right now, and we're down to 6.
Down to 6.
Couple shots.
So Hurricane fans, you're watching the game. If a minute ago you might have been hanging your head, but now you got something to cheer about. Your team's making a run.
I'm going to tell you something I just noticed too. Maybe about a minute ago, I looked up at the doorway up there, and there seemed to be a little bit of a filing out. You know, some of the fans trying to catch a quick interstate break.
Yeah,
get out early
I
before the crowd gets out.
I heard a couple of the fans hollering at the Halifax coach Mike Leslie to warm up the bus. Maybe they spoke a little too soon.
I think they might have jumped the gun. We got a close game right here, so it's going to be interesting. This last minute 50, it's really going to be good.
Now under 2 minutes, Adrian and FIBA rules. Halifax just scored, but on a timeout under 2 minutes, you can advance the ball to three-quarter court, kind of similar to the NBA rule. So Anderson looks like he can run this down to about 122, 124 on the clock before they got to fire something up. So plenty of time. Take your time. Get a good one.
Well,
of course, you don't want to pass up a layup.
Oh, wow. What a move right there. Spin move.
Wow.
He went to the inside, went to the outside, made a quick spin right at the basket.
And Gabe Freeman with 24 points here now in this game. And big three. Poole gets the offensive board, steps out to the three-point line, and Riptide dodged a bullet there, Adrian.
Well.
In and out, rolled around the rim, then in and out again, and back out.
They did, I'll tell you. But I'll tell you right now, they got the ball back. Johnson got the rebound, went off his leg apparently, according to the referee. And
all that happened in about 5 seconds.
It wasn't long. So, I mean, they get that ball right back to the Hurricanes. I mean,
and not
Riptide's got to dig down in right now. We got a minute 19 left. They really got to come to it.
Not much time on the clock, and quickly down to a 6-point game again. Darren Mency with the basketball and looking to find Anderson, I'm sure, to get things rolling here, run some clock. We'll get a little Harlem Globetrotter weave going on.
Yep. Got a man set.
Really one true ball handler on the floor here for this Riptide team. So really anxious to see.
I'm gonna say you're gonna see that this Anderson's gonna get around, get a hold of that ball, try to.
Well, not if he can't break free from the clutches. From the clutches of Kenny Otieno.
Well, I'll tell you, I think the Hurricanes know too that they got to keep the ball out of his hand. They're gonna have a chance.
Johnson. 4-3. Wow,
big. I'll tell you, that might be the dagger right there. That's a big-time three-point shot. You bring the lead back out to 9.
Dagger, and if this doesn't go, Well, nice offensive rebound. Anderson, smart play, not fouling, giving him that
don't want to
three-point
stop.
play.
Don't want to stop that clock. Clock's the killer right now.
Ball's in Anderson's hands. Nothing better. Gabe Freeman says, hey, let's run some clock. 10 seconds left on that shot clock.
We got 29 on the score clock right now.
And Anderson wide open for three. Couldn't get it to go, but Brian Addison with the follow-up dunk, and that's not one you want to bring back out. That's one you think you can make. And
now we got 12 seconds right now.
7-point lead. 3-possession game. Still a 2-possession game. Only 7 seconds here on the clock. And that sends Hakeem Johnson to the free throw line for a couple. This one's in the books, Adrian, I would say. We've seen stranger things happen, but
I want to agree with you, but I don't know as much if I can. I think Poole just come down, nailed the three, and stopped the clock, and they inbounded. Only took off 3 seconds. They're going to play the foul game now, but they got to shoot lights out to hang on to this one.
Poole comes down with 4 feet outside that line. Menzie in his face, couldn't have defended him any better except for blocking the shot. And Poole knocks that 3 down, cuts it to 4. You can see collectively 4,000 people looking up at the scoreboard to see what the score is after you hit that 3.
Oh, absolutely. Like we was just talking about, I guess I made the comment. It might have been a little too early, but Freeman made that 3. I thought that was the dagger. And
I think it
was Anderson, I believe. I might be wrong. I think it was Anderson, but nonetheless.
Oh, Hakeem Johnson, knocked the 3 down.
Nonetheless,
Yeah. Well, ultimately might have been the dagger. It's still a 2-possession game, 5 points. He makes this free throw, still a 2-possession game.
Absolutely.
Coach Leslie has a timeout in. They'll advance that ball. They'll look for a quick 3, and they'll play the foul game.
Absolutely.
It's a 2-possession game, not 2 twos. We need 2 threes.
Quick foul after that.
Quick foul. Hope they miss some free throws, or ultimately you get the quick steal, get yourself up to that 3-point line again. And
could happen.
It seems it's 5.7. Seems like you're watching a high school ball game, and it's not going to happen. But at this level, we've seen them get down the floor, throw it back in to the other end of the floor in 5.7.
One of the greatest plays I remember. In this kind of similar situation, you look at Reggie Miller. That game he shot 3 threes in what? 8 seconds. I think it was, and won the game. I mean, everybody thought that game was over. Yeah. And it could happen. You never know. I tell you, Poole right now is shooting lights out. Yeah. He just drained 2 of them, back-to-back 3s, and he was from downtown too.
And Mike Poole with 17 points. I'm going to look at the first half for Poole. Mike Poole had 0 points in the first half.
And I'll tell you, he's 3 for 9 from the three-pointer. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, I think he's made they must have been out of the last 3 or 4 shots he's taken, because he just drained 2 of them just a few seconds ago.
Yeah. And for the Riptide, Anthony Anderson with 26, Gabe Freeman with 24 points, and your 2 leading scorers, both a couple points over their average right now, having a heck of a ball game. And like I said earlier, Adrian, Gabe Freeman, welcome back to the starting lineup. Been crossing my fingers every game, hoping he's back in that starting lineup, and he is. Result, 6-point lead with 5.7 to go against the #1 team in the league.
Tell you what, absolutely a good decision on the coach part. He's had a hell of a game today, and there goes Zimmerman with a shot.
Good defense, and they'll elect not to foul here. Run this clock down, and a great basketball game. Lots of skill both sides, just like that game in Halifax. Heck of a ball game by 2 clubs here, and folks, glad you could join us. Adrian, glad you could join me in the broadcast here, buddy. I hope you had fun.
Hey, I appreciate it. You gave me the chance to come down and at least see the game, and I thought that was going to be great. You get to see, and I thank you. The kids thank you. The wife thanks you. Catch a game. It's worth the few dollars it costs to get in here. You just can't take this experience away and not have
improving their record to 10-5. And see you next time.